Make the horn 20. Keep making noise. Keep making noise. Yeah. Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
What's going on, everybody? You're listening to The Motivated Mindsets on this beautiful midweek afternoon, depending on when you're actually listening to it. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in Phoenix, Arizona. Probably only about 2 weeks out from being about 1,000 degrees, but for right now, we're enjoying it a little bit. But hey, when it reaches 1,000, all the golf courses, they lower their rates, so we can get out there and we can play some golf, which I haven't done in forever from the Sandlot. Moving on. All right, so today, the topic of today's hangout is basically how to train your mind for success. And that deals with not only overcoming adversity and weeding out negativity, but how to move forward and prepare your mind for future endeavors. So case in point, I mean, I recently had, like an issue where, I got upset about a couple things. And for the normal person, when they get upset, they'll hold on to that, and they'll keep feeding their mind with negativity. And that allows them to continue to be negative throughout the day. So one of the things that I'm going to share with you is a way to kind of overcome that actually rather quickly. There's a lot of things that you can do when you get upset, because when you get upset, you derail everything. And if you continue to be upset, then your day is basically ruined. So one of the things that I do, there's a few things that I do. One of the basic things you can do is simply just walk away, go get some air, go for a drive, whatever it is that you want to do. Listen to your favorite music. Get into a better mood, get into a better mindset. And the reason why you want to feed your mind these positive vibes is because not only your conscious side, but your subconscious feeds off of that as well. So if all you're doing is feeding negative parts into your mind, even consciously, when you think you've moved on, when you start to rest, subconsciously, all that's going to start getting pushed forward again. Because if there's a lot of it in there, if there's a lot of negativity in your mind, based on whatever it is that you feed it, one way or the other, that's going to get pushed to the forefront, and you're going to remember that. And a lot of people will hold on to that, and unfortunately, there will be times where you hold on to so much that instead of initially like saying something that was just rude, you might say something that you just regret, because you hold on to that stuff for so long that it builds up and builds up and gets more powerful and much stronger. Instead of just saying, oh yeah, well, you're ugly, then you might come out and say something like, oh yeah, that's why I'm going to sleep with my ex, something stupid like that, and it's something that you don't mean. But because you've had that, you've held on to that, being like, you know what, I can use this to get back at her. I can use this to get back at him. I'm not mad right now, but I'm going to hold on to that. And what that does is that slowly eats away at you. And as it's eating, it's growing. So if you're constantly thinking about it, whether you want to act on that thought or not, because it's in there, then because that's what you feed yourself, that's what you feed your mind, is this negative thought. I'm going to hold on to this right now, but while you're holding on to it, it is growing. And I know the majority of you know what I'm talking about, because you've had those times where you've been in an argument with somebody that generally you either care about or you're friends with, or whatever the case may be, and then oops, you say something that you don't mean, and that's when days get ruined. That's when friendships get ruined. That's when relationships get ruined. And then you take the next hours, days, months trying to make up for it, and which in turn can frustrate you. And so basically what I'm saying to you is, if you train your mind the proper way, the right way, in a way that only promotes success, and only in a way that only promotes happiness, then life will be better for you. Basically, is what I'm getting to. You'll be more positive. All right, those thoughts, those negative thoughts that you wanted to hold on to just in case you needed it, you won't even be able to find them anymore, because you have to understand what the biggest picture is. What the bigger picture is. Excuse me. What it is that you want to accomplish, what the overall vision is. Maybe you're not even paying attention to the things that you've accomplished already, and you're not even acknowledging those, which is why, maybe because you're not acknowledging those and you're not feeding your mind with those positive thoughts, that's why these negative thoughts come out, when you really don't want them to. So basically, there's a few things that you can do. Okay. I've got favorite music. I'll tell my friends all the time. If you look at my Facebook page, Jeff Demers, JEFFDEMERS. If we're not friends on it, go ahead and send me a friend request. Which, by the way, also check out the show page, The Motivated Mindset, on Facebook as well, where you can get the recording to this show, just in case you want to go back and listen to it. So I have what's called journey moments. I love listening to Journey. I love all music, right? But there's something about listening to Journey that's positive. It's upbeat. It's good music. The vocals are good. Usually I just listen to music that had good, like, guitars, or good drums, or whatever the case may be. But Journey, even today, even with their replacement singer, awesome vocals, and it's just one of those things that puts you in a better mood. So, and it doesn't have to be Journey. It can be, when I'm looking for energy and I'm ready to just attack the world, and take on the world and really charge forward into my vision, I'll listen to Five Finger Death Punch. I love their music. Not all the lyrics are always positive, but it's high energy. And they do a lot for the troops as well. So shout out to them. And that means a lot to me, which is why I follow them. So music is key. Maybe there's a movie that you want to watch, or maybe there's a movie that always makes you laugh. Okay. Like Jim Carrey, anything from Jim Carrey, whether it's Liar, Liar, Dick and Jane, Me, Myself, and Irene. Jesus, I can think of so many of them. Yes Man was awesome. Pet Detective, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Bruce Almighty. There's so many of them that I love to watch. And maybe you don't need to watch the whole movie. Just go to YouTube. I love YouTube. YouTube's my classroom. YouTube's, my thing that I spend time with when I want to improve my mind, or just, watch something that makes me laugh. I love YouTube. But yeah, so Jim Carrey's one of them. Maybe Dana Carvey. Maybe I don't know. You can name millions of, or maybe not millions, but you can name quite a bit of comedians out there that make you laugh. So watch something funny, listen to something positive, listen to an audio. Now, this is something that I want you to do every day, though, because, again, we're training our mind. Okay, we're training our mind. And when you're in training, you don't just, when you're in training to lose weight, you don't just go to the gym once and say that you're trained. Or you can go to the gym once and say, okay, I'm good. I don't have to go to the gym anymore, which I've probably said many times. But it's not about me. It's about you. Listen, do what I say, not as I do type thing. So there's another option for you. But I want you every single day to listen to an audio of something positive, mindset-wise, motivation-wise. Listen to Les Brown, listen to Tony Robbins, many different mentors out there. Even if there's just somebody within your own inner circle that you like to listen to. Like I like to listen to David Wood, who's the head of the founder of an organization called Empower Network, which I'm also a part of, which is where I get quite a bit of my own affiliate marketing income through. So I listen to him. I think he's absolutely insane most of the time. But if you want to learn from somebody that's been everywhere from just being homeless to, you know, being on the top of the world, listen to Dave's story. You know, he is a genius. The things that he thinks about and the things that he says and things that he talks about keeps you pushing forward. He actually had an audio that I purchased not too long ago. It's called "Speak the World into Existence." And when I saw him say that, when I saw him release that, I listened to it immediately because there is a power into speaking the world into existence. And I'm going to go over that here in just a little bit when I talk about making your own personal statement. Let me go into, let me see if I can find it here. I want to bring up, there's a book that I've read now twice. I'm on my third time through it because it's packed with that much information. And it's called Think and Grow Rich. And if you've ever listened to me before or followed me before, I go by this book like it's almost the Bible for entrepreneurs. And for you there, this is actually Adam Bird's. Adam Bird's in the studio with me. He's the founder of Heroes Media Group. And this is his own personal copy. And he's got notes and stuff. Oh, that's not a note. What are you doing with? All right, moving on. So there's things that are in this book that are things that you should follow. And we're going to go over those here in just a second. Let me go ahead and pull this up and download the PDF. And there we go. All right, so page 24. I even have the pages remembered in this thing, which is insane. On page 24, if you have the book or if you have it, you can actually, if you Google, since you're online anyway, go ahead and Google Think and Grow Rich PDF and then go to page 24. Now, one of the things that he talks about is fixing in your mind your ultimate desire, your statement of intention. It basically is what it's called. It doesn't say it on the page, but what it is it is a statement of intention. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do it by. Okay. Now for entrepreneurs, the reason why this is important is because usually when you create this statement of intention, you're creating a statement of intention of something that you've never had before. Okay. And they use a dollar amount. And I do this too. And I read mine twice a day, as it says in the book, once when I get up in the morning and once before I go to bed. And the reason why I want you to do this, after you create this statement of intention, there's something like 6 steps or something like that, that I'm going to go over with you. And again, I'm in the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Very, very powerful book. I consider it basically the Bible for entrepreneurs. It was written back in the 1930s, and everything that's in there, pretty much everything that's in this book is valid today, which is what makes it so powerful. It's filled with a ton of what's called evergreen content, which means the content is as good today as it was the day that it was made. So very, very powerful. So the first thing that you want to do, the first step that you want to do in your statement of intention is you want to figure out your ultimate goal, the amount. We'll use money for the example in this, as it is in the book. And as an entrepreneur, I've got a dollar amount that I'm trying to reach. But I also want you to understand that when you figure out this dollar amount, it's not really the dollar amount that's going to drive you. It's what you're going to get with that dollar amount that you currently don't have and that you want. Okay. So when you think of this dollar amount, think of this dollar amount because it's going to give you something that is missing in your life right now. And please don't say a shiny new car, because a car is just something that will waste away unless you plan on just keeping it under wraps and in storage and things like that. And what's the point? You know, unless it's a 1967 Pontiac GTO, which is my favorite car. Then, I mean, there's nothing in 2014 or 2015 that you're going to buy that you plan on driving and is actually going to grow in profit. Not for a car. I can't think of one. I mean, because once you start putting miles on it, it'll start to, the value will start to decline. So don't say that you want this because of a car. If you're doing this because of a car, then it's not the car that you want. It's the freedom that you want by getting that car. It's the transportation. So if you're saying you need this much money to get a car, what is that car going to give you that you currently don't have? So is it going to allow you to, you know, work out in a nicer area? Like, for example, there are definitely higher paying jobs in the East Valley here in Scottsdale than there are in the West Valley. Okay. That's the nicer area. That's where the bigger companies are at. That and maybe Central Phoenix, down by where the ball field is and things like that. So what is it that this car is going to give you? Is it going to allow you to get a better job? Is it going to allow you to, you know, spend more time with your kids? What is it? Because whatever that car is going to give you, then you got to go back again and say, now that I have this, what does that give me? So you're actually going 4 and 5 layers deep before you can figure out what your definite amount is. Okay. So you got the money to get you the car, to get you the job, to spend more time with your kids. Why? Because of the feeling that you want to have when you see your kids smiling at you, because you can now spend more time with them. Okay. So that's just a breakdown. It doesn't have to be your breakdown. Okay. But once you figure out what it is that you want, the amount that you want, because you currently don't have it, what is it that gets you? Because you currently don't have it. And then once you have that, what is it that gets you? And go down 4 and 5 levels. And that will actually be what we call your why. Okay. So you're training your mind to prepare yourself to work as hard as you can and be as active as you can to get to your why, your overall reason, your ultimate outcome for wanting this amount of money. Okay. So your first step, again, you set a definite amount. And again, as it says in the book, there's a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a subsequent chapter. And it is, because I've read the whole book multiple. All right, look, you caught me. I don't read books. I listen to them on audiobooks. Okay. Reading makes me tired. I mean, I'm looking at the screen right now and I'm already tired. One, because when I got upset earlier on briefly, I threw away my damn energy drink, and then I was upset that I threw away my energy drink. So see what I'm talking about here? All right. It's just avalanche, just done. All right. So that's out. All right. So be definite in your amount. What amount is it? Okay. How much do you need to make to start this avalanche of success? How much do you need to make? Be definite. All right. Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Okay. And as it says in the book, there's no such reality as, quote, something for nothing. And there isn't, really. Nothing in life is free. Nothing. Nothing in life is free. If you're working for it, somebody else is working for it. Somebody's doing the work. Okay. It's just like the freedoms that we have in this country. Everybody knows I'm a United States Army veteran. Currently, there's only 1%, and I believe it's now less than 1% of the country that is serving, that is currently earning the rights and the privileges of those that don't serve. All right. So when people talk about freedom of speech and this and that, it's free. No, it's not. Because if we take away our military, the military goes bye-bye. There's a lot of bad people that don't like how you live, that'll do anything and everything that they can to try and change that. Okay. So even some of the freedoms that we take for granted, it's earned. All right. There is nothing for free. All right. So determine, and number two, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. So what am I going to do for work? All right. So say my amount is $10,000 for many, many reasons, and I go many, many levels down myself, which you're supposed to do. Okay. And I share my statement of intent with my team at the Veteran Network. And if you want to become a member of the Veteran Network, you want to figure out how to become an affiliate member, go to, again, on Facebook, The Motivated Mindset, and click watch video at the top. See if it's for you. So determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money. So let's say for $10,000 a month, just throwing this number out there, for $10,000 a month, I am prepared to blog every day, to do a podcast once a week, to advertise, to do video marketing on a daily basis, even if it's only like 2 to 3 minutes long per video, to do my email marketing daily, to listen to my audio daily, to read for 30 to 40 minutes a day per Les Brown. Again, one of the mentors that I follow and I've actually gone to see in person. Definitely worth it. If he's in your area, go see him. So you start listing all the things that you are willing to sacrifice to go and do this. Okay. Third step, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money. So by July 28th, 2016, I will have made $10,000 per month. That's actually the beginning of my statement of intention. The 10K mark has avoided me for a long time, but it's going to happen because I'm getting smarter, because I'm training my brain, because I'm investing in my online education, I guess is the best way to say it. So establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. On what day are you actually going to look at your bank account or look at your back office if you're in affiliate marketing and see that you have made $10,000 for that month? All right, or whatever your amount is, the exact day. There's a reason for this. Again, you're going to be reading this from the moment you get up in the morning. You'll read it, and then before you go to bed at night, you will read it. Why? Because you want to plant this in not only your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind. All right, because when your conscious mind starts to wander, thinking, I wonder what was on the last episode of Family Guy or American Dad. I'm actually fans of both shows. But if I haven't met my goal yet, my subconscious mind will kick in and say, hey, you only have until July 28th. Get to work. All right? So you read this twice a day, once when you get up in the morning and once when you go to bed, because that way it's always fresh. All right? Usually the last thing you think about before you go to bed is the same thing that you think about when you get up in the morning. All right? If you're worried about something at night, when you get up in the morning, you wake up worrying about that, don't you? How did this go? What did this do? Is this still here? How am I going to fix it? You know, so if you read it in the morning, you'll think about it during the day as you're putting action toward it. All right? And then you at night, same thing, because at night, even though you're going to sleep, it's planted in your subconscious mind. Okay? It's feeding. It's getting bigger. It's getting stronger. So when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. What do I got to do today to help get to my goal? Okay? The fourth plan, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once. Look, I come across a ton of people saying, you know, I know they come up to me and they say, you know, I know that you make money online. It's something that I'm definitely interested in. I have to get with you. Never hear from them again. And then, or I'll hear from them again in like 3 months. Hey, you still doing that thing? I want to get with you on that. Don't hear from them again. It's weird how that works because they're not training their mind toward their goals. When they see me, I remind them that they haven't reached their goals yet, which is why they come up to me and say, hey, you're still doing that thing, right? I got to get with you on that. But if you have that statement, You read it every day. There is no way you can go 3 months without taking massive action on this. And massive action can mean a lot of different things. Okay. Massive action, it depends on what it is that you want and what you're trying to accomplish. For me, I mean, on a daily basis, I'm learning every day. I'm doing videos almost every day, because usually I plan out my videos on one day and then I'll do them on the next day. You can go to my YouTube page. I got a ton of videos on there. Okay. By the way, YouTube page is first last name Jeff Demers, JEFFDEMERS, not Dahmers, which is why most of you probably understand why I go by JD. That was a little weird growing up when everybody thought that my last name, DEMERS, was actually Dahmers. I don't understand that one. So hold on one second. Good water, purifying water from the mountains of some factory. I like how they do that. Everybody always said, this is from the mountains of untouched, never before found springs in Montana. Really? So we haven't discovered Montana yet? Is that what you're telling me? All right. So, fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. My suggestion on this is, one of the things that helped me out is I actually schedule out my days. When somebody comes to me the day that they need something, it bugs the hell out of me because it completely throws off my schedule. It does. Even if it's only for like 30 minutes, it does. It throws off my schedule. Somebody comes to me the day that they need something, I still help them. Am I happy about it? No. Because I'm serious. When I say I stick to a schedule, I stick to a schedule. I know exactly what I'm doing tonight. I know how much time my board shows from 3 to 5 tonight. It'll take me probably about 30 minutes to upload, depending on the speed. Upload it to Podbean, and then it'll take me probably about another 30 minutes to get home. I'm going to grab something to eat, and then I'm going to work. All right. I'm not going to an office. I'm going to work for what I want. Maybe in my home office, and maybe, I need more marketing money, so I'll drive Uber and make $100 tonight, and then go on Facebook and do an awesome campaign for the next, 10 days at $10 a day. So, which, by the way, if you're not doing Uber and you're struggling to get through paycheck to paycheck, that's your fault. You can make enough money to be comfortable and not stress out about your bills by driving like on Saturday. Seriously, I can make between $250 and $300 on a Saturday. For a lot of people out there that struggle paycheck to paycheck, and they don't, and I'm not trying to plug Uber here. I'm just trying to say there's so many ways to actually get out of that struggle zone. But I think most people, their struggle zone is also their comfort zone. Okay. Those type of people don't write out statements of intention because they intend to continue to struggle. All right. I mean, there's so many different ways. I love affiliate marketing because somebody else is going to pay me to sell their product. I don't have to create the product. I don't have to create their website. I don't have to create any of that stuff. I just need a link to share it. It's called an affiliate link. That's it. All right. So back to this real quick. All right. So create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. What are you going to do during the day, hour by hour? All right. And it says begin at once. Listen, there is no perfect time in your life that you are going to come across that says, okay, this is the perfect time for me to start my new business. This is the perfect time for me to try and earn an online income. This is the perfect time for me to try and grow my mind so that I can help my family out. There is no perfect time. Bills are always going to be there. Okay. Even if your bills are paid or not, they're coming back. All right. If you owe a mortgage on your house, your bills are coming back. If you have a cell phone, your bills are coming back. All right. If you have a website or anything like that, your bills are probably going to be coming back. All right. But it's what you do in the meantime to prepare for that, step-by-step plan of action. So that way you're not stressing out all the time. 5th step, write out a clear, concise statement. This is your statement of intent of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition. State what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate. So steps 1 through 4, put all that into a paragraph. All right? Put all of that into a paragraph. This is what I want. This is what I'm willing to do. This is what I want it by. And this is what I want to get. Not exactly in that order. It's actually, this is the amount I want. This is what I want to get in return, or give in return. This is the date that I want it by. And then this is what I'm going to do in order to get it. Step by step, day by day. All right. That's your clear, concise. It's called a statement of intention. All right. And then step 6 is easy. Your statement of intention is not a book. It's like a paragraph. All right. Get up in the morning, spend 30 seconds reading it out loud. Now, when you're reading it, don't just read it to read it. Read it with enthusiasm. Read it with some power. Okay. Emphasize some of the words. I will have this amount by this date. I always, whenever I want to emphasize something, and if you listen to me before, you've heard me say it, I always end it with, that's it, period. I don't know why. I love doing that because to me, there is no plan B. All right. I don't have a ton of things to lean back on. All right. I can set up plan A, plan B, plan D, E, F, G. I know I missed letter in there. I'm just throwing that out there, going down the line Z. All right. People that do that, I think that subconsciously, they're setting themselves up for failure. It's okay if this doesn't work. It's okay if I don't do my steps today. I can do them tomorrow. And if it doesn't work, that's not a future. That's just a hobby. That's something that you're in it to do right now because it's a thing to do and you're going to drop it. It can't be a hobby. It cannot be a hobby. If you're going for change, if you're going for ultimate change, that means you're changing from this to that, not checking it out and coming back. Okay? That's not change. All right? That's a pit stop. All right? You're still going back on the track. You're going around in your circle. All right? You're going back on the hamster wheel. Just because you get off to get some water and get back on the hamster wheel, that's a hobby. All right? You're going for ultimate change. This has to work no matter what. That's it, period. Like I did that. So read your statement out loud twice daily, once just before going to bed at night. It says retiring. Once just before retiring at night. And again, I'm getting this on Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. There's actually, if you Google Think and Grow Rich PDF, there's actually one online, and I'm going off of pages 24 and 25. And I believe it's the same in the book, okay, in the hardcover book. All right, so pages 24, 25, your statement of intention. Read it in the morning and read it at night. Why? Because you want to train your brain. Sooner or later, the second you start to slack off and you have not reached your ultimate goal, your mind will hit you immediately. It says, what are you doing? Why are you watching TV? Is Game of Thrones going to get you to your goal? Is Family Guy going to get you to your goal? Is America, going to get you to your goal? All right. That's why, especially, I completely cut off the news. Completely. Why? Because it's always negative. I'm not feeding my mind with that stuff, especially during political time. I hate politics. I don't partake in politics. Yes, it's a freedom that I earned. I don't do it. I've got many reasons for it. The first thing is right now, especially right now, I see the worst of mankind, where you have specified groups that come out and say, I am in this to destroy you no matter what. That's pretty much politics. You have this group that's going to talk trash and bury this group. In return, that group's going to turn around and talk trash about that group, and it's all negative. Nobody's working together. Nobody's doing it. Even from the beginnings, they fight like that amongst themselves to see who the man or woman is on the mountain. See who's standing on the mountain at the top of the mountain at the end. And that is the representative for that group. They attack each other. I hate politics. I hate it. I'm ready to go down to Costa Rica and live, next door with David Wood. I'm not saying that Costa Rica is perfect. At least I can get away from that crap for a little while. That way, when they're talking trash about each other down there, they're talking Spanish and no habla. All right. So I'll hire a translator. All right. No, I'm not going down there to get away from taxes. First off, if you're American, you can't escape taxes, regardless of where you live. If you have a business that's licensed in America, you have to pay taxes. That's it. So get off of people that move and buy a house in Canada and if they own a business, if they register their business, like if my business, 4YC Enterprises, is registered in the state of Arizona, regardless of how much money I make or where I live, if I go to Germany and live there, my business is still flourishing, although albeit online, I still have to pay American taxes or they will find me. I'm positive. So yeah, there's no escaping. So stop bashing all those people that have beautiful houses like in Bali and Costa Rica and whatnot. They still have to pay taxes. There's no way around it. All right, so don't go online and find somebody that's more successful than you who has a house on the beach in Costa Rica and start bashing him because he's just doing it to dodge taxes. No, he's not. You can't dodge taxes as an American. You can't. That's why they have those commercials all the time. If you're more than $10,000 in debt, we can help you. You can't. You can't because the IRS, so I'm still trying to figure out how that's legal. I pay my taxes all the time. Don't worry about it. They're on you. That's the most powerful debt collection company in the world. They will find you if you owe them money, especially if you have a business and you owe them money. Got a little bit off track. Statement of intention. All right. Make sure that you read it. There's two other things that you need. Just two more. The first one is you have to have an imagination. You have to have an imagination. Otherwise, how are you going to picture the vision of where you're going to be once you hit your goals if you've never been there? You have to have an imagination. All right. Most of the time, and you hear it all the time online. There's a lot of ads, living on the beach, working online. That's not a hoax. I know dozens of people that do it. I know a family out in, I'm going to give a shout out to the Unstoppable family out in Bali. Brian's probably surfing right now. He's got a whole group full of surfers all around the world that's part of his team. Makes me sick. I don't know how to surf. I haven't seen a beach in, geez, how long have I lived in Arizona? The only way I'm seeing a beach in Arizona is if I leave the hose on in the front yard. That's pretty much it. I'd rather go get a kiddie pool. I don't want to be that guy because, with the beer gut, which I don't drink anymore, but I've got one. I call it a burger gut because there's more burger in there than beer, So be that guy in like the white tank top. And, I'm a pretty hairy guy. I think my mom was half Sasquatch. So, picture me, tattooed up and hairy and sitting in what they call the wife beater, which I hate that. I hate that conception. I even hate that term, but I know you understand it when I say it. And with my feet in a kiddie pool, the lawn chair halfway in and halfway out of the kiddie pool, and drinking like a beer. Go ahead and picture that, and then tell me you can sleep at night. That's sad. All right, so you have to have an imagination where it is that you want to go. All right, how it is that you want your life to be. If you are unable to spend time with your kids right now, or if you're unable to spend the time with your children that you want to because there's things that you want to do, imagine yourself actually doing that. How powerful is that? How powerful is your child's smile? How important is your child's smile to you? Now, me, I don't have any kids, and I think the Lord's made a pretty smart move on that so far. And then as far as adoption goes, my idea is to hold like an NFL-style combine and just have them try out, you know, because the one that wants to get adopted the most, that's sad. Don't. All right, moving on. Lord, I apologize. Or Larry the Cable Guy. Lord, I apologize. Be down with the starving pygmies in New Guinea. Amen. Imagine it. Open yourself up to the world of imagination. I'm not saying go back to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the original one, you know, with what's his name, Gene Wilder. Thought that was pretty cool. That was big when I was a kid. Imagination. And that's the thing. Allow yourself to be a kid again. Imagine the things that you want to do, the way that your life wants to be. Without your imagination, all you have to rely on is the things that you've been through. And if you're looking to create change in your life, there's obviously something that you've been through or you're currently doing that you don't like. Okay? So imagine. Open yourself up to imagination, even if you have to do this. All right? I want you to add this to your statement of intention. I want you below the date or right after you pick the date, on this day, I'll have this much money on this day. I want you to imagine where it is that you're going to be sitting or standing or driving. I want you to imagine what it is you're going to be wearing. What are you wearing? That's creepy. Moving on. Imagine who it is that you're going to be with to share that moment with. When you look, you know, you might be on your mobile phone. And if you're driving, stay off your mobile phone, people. All right. That's why they have a hands free device. All right. So imagine what it is you're wearing. Imagine who it is that you're with. What's going on around you? Are you at a wedding? Are you at a ball game? Are you on the beach? If you're on the beach, who's around you? What's the scenery look like? Who's in the water? You're going to imagine that exact moment that you finally reach your income goal. All right. If you're at a ball game, what teams are playing? All right. That's actually one of my priorities. If I had to pick an exact spot, I'd say I'd be at like a Diamondbacks game because I cover the Diamondbacks for Heroes Media Group Sports. I'd say I'd be like a Diamondbacks game. And it would be, unfortunately, the Yankees are in town on this next series, and then they won't be coming back. So my ideal win would be when the Diamondbacks are, you know, when Goldschmidt hits a walk-off grand slam to beat the Yankees, because I've got two favorite teams, my Boston Red Sox and anybody that beats the Yankees. So I would be extremely happy. So Goldschmidt's hitting a walk-off grand slam. I'm sitting in the third row of the press box, left side, first seat. And I just happen to look down at my phone and I get my commission alert. If one of my affiliate offers, I just made let's say I just made another $1,000 selling one of the products. I'm wearing my Army hat, which you can see if you're watching on the Hangout. I am wearing my Heroes Media Group polo, jeans, shoes. Right next to me, in front of me, I've got my Mac. Right next to me is my bag, my camera bag. I'm serious. Go in depth. Use your imagination. Where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing? Who are you with? There's a Hispanic gentleman that runs the Diamondbacks Hispanic Twitter. Okay, Spanish Twitter. And he sits next to me all the time. And so he'll be sitting next to me and he'll be wearing his Diamondbacks, probably the red shirt. We'll be eating Cold Stone ice cream because as part of the press, we get free hot dogs and free ice cream and gut, right? I'll have a couple cups of water next to me. I mean, go as in depth as you want to. so that you can picture this. This day is coming. My day to hit my $10,000 goal is coming. I know it is. I know for a fact it is. And I can't wait to get there. And I can't wait until the day that I actually help my first team member get there as well. Which, by the way, if you want to become a team member and you want to check out what it takes to be a part of the Veteran Network, go to The Motivated Mindset on Facebook and click watch video right below the logo. All right. So go in depth. You have to have that imagination. And the final thing that you need is you have to have faith that no matter what struggles you go through, no matter how long it takes, you will win. There is no plan B. This is going to work. There are no other options. There are no other ways to get to where you want to go. This will work. That's it, period. And you need to tackle every single day as if you are that close. I remember there's a story during the gold rush, California gold rush, back in, was it 1849, 49ers? One of the biggest roots of gold that was dug up 3 feet from where the prior landowner stopped. 3 feet. Biggest gold root in the history of the gold rush. 3 feet away from where the previous guy stopped. I would have bought him a new car. Did they have cars in 1849? No. I would have bought him a new horse and buggy. Hell, it's a convertible buggy. 3 feet. 3 feet. And then he sold it like dirt cheap because he thought there was nothing else there. Darby, thank you. Boom. Adam Bird. And you know what? That's in Think and Grow Rich. That story's in Think and Grow Rich too. Outstanding. You know what page that was on?
Chapter 1.
It was at the beginning.
It was in the beginning. It was
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1, 3 feet from gold, page 3.
Page 3.
Page 3 through 5.
Through 5. Think and Grow Rich. That story's in there. It's a true story. 3 feet. If you just would have pushed a little bit more. I've been on my own now as an entrepreneur going on a year. It'll be 1 year, June 3rd. Am I rich yet? Nope, but it will happen. What is the definition of being rich anyway? How much money do you have to make in order to be rich? I think that varies person to person. It varies based on your vision, your why, your overall outcome. If I reach my overall outcome, that's there. Now, if you listen to my show last week, you'll know that my overall outcome is to put a veteran network training center, entrepreneur training center for veterans, military veterans and active duty in every single state. I'm 40 years old now. If I do that before I'm 60, that'll be success. I gave myself 20 years to do that. Be in 50 states. I think I'll hit it before then. But even if it takes all 20 years, Jesus, really? My grandkids won't have anything to worry about. And they'll have to be grandkids, I think, because I don't have any kids now. And I'm 38 years old. I know if you're watching on the Hangout, I got a little bit more sugar in my beard. So somebody else in the room's got plenty of it too, but we're not going to mention him. Even though I already have. Go ahead, just rewind for like 2 minutes ago. So you have to have faith. It's going to work. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever goal you're aiming for, it will work if you continue to work for it. One of my biggest pet peeves for those people that get online and they say, oh, I'm going to make this happen. It hasn't worked. I'm not rich yet. It's been 3 days. I teach people how to make money blogging. I've written 3 blogs. I haven't met a dime yet. Google doesn't even know your blog exists yet. You have to put consistent content on there. Make sure your SEO's on. There's work that you have to do. If you just write a blog, you don't share it, you don't do anything with it, you don't try and optimize it, you don't syndicate it, that's your fault. Which, by the way, you can find that on my YouTube channel, Jeff Demers, JEFFDEMERS. I've got my blogging webinar, Blogging for Profits webinar. It's long and is very in-depth. If you want to know how to blog for profit, it's free. Go to my YouTube channel, check it out. All right. That's pretty much it for today. Your statement of intent or your statement of intention. Again, bring up Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read the book, read it. Read it, and then go back and read it again. If this book is not creating change in your life, you are not following it like it says. This is a blueprint on how to get to success, on how to create change in your life. Read it and read it again. And after that, read it again. All right. I'm on my third time through. Not because I'm not listening to it, but because there's so much to get from this book. And I don't want you to try and do everything at once. Don't do it. Do one thing, get real good at it, then go back and do the next thing. All right. There's so much to do, especially when it starts talking about affirmations, the power of affirmations. You know what? I might save that for another show. Affirmations are huge, especially when you're talking about training and educating your subconscious mind. I know it sounds real scientific and everything. Trust me, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I know quite a bit. This is the Motivated Mindset, and you are listening on the Heroes Media Group Network, which, by the way, check out Heroes Media Group, www.heroesmediagroup.com. Check out Heroes Media Group Sports, Heroes Media Group on Facebook, as well as the Motivated Mindset. Again, if you want to learn how to get started with me and get this type of coaching every single week, one-on-one or team-on-team, we do it Wednesday nights. That can help you get to where you want to go, but only if you're open to the power of suggestion and you're willing to learn. All right? If you're struggling to make money online, I cannot guarantee that you're going to make money online because I don't know you. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know what skills you're bringing to the table. I don't know how long you're willing to stay in there to go after what it is that you want. All right? If you're going to give up after writing 3 blogs and then go bash me, first off, you haven't made any level of success if you don't have anybody bashing you online. If nobody hates you, you haven't made any level of success. Seriously. The top companies in the world have people bashing them every day. Every day. If you don't have anybody talking trash, you don't have anybody saying that you were scammed by Walmart. I love that one. Walmart scammed you because the prices didn't drop far enough. Yeah, look that one up on Google. But I can help you. I know I can help you because of the type of success that I've been able to create, not only for myself, but for the rest of the team, the Veteran Network. It is a private group, so you can't just jump on. You got to ask for permission to be there. And usually I only allow team members to be in that group. It used to be where I let just basically entrepreneurs in, but then I found that those people were basically just being leeches and just taking the training and running with it. They weren't bringing anything back to the group. I don't care that I wasn't making any money on them. I care that they weren't actually bringing any value to the group. You know, if we're going to teach you something, turn around and teach us something. Don't just do all the taking and no giving. So I do expect you, if you are a team member, starting out, yeah, learn, ask questions, be interactive. But I don't want you to be a follower. I want you to be a leader. That's my goal to get you. All right. Again, to jump on the team, you know what we're still doing right now is we're doing a $7 2-week risk-free guaranteed trial. risk-free guaranteed trial for only $7. 2 weeks to try us out. Click on the watch video on the Motivated Mindset Facebook page. I'm not going to wait until that $7 2-week trial expires before I start helping you out. I start helping you out from day one. I want you making money before that trial ends. Why? Because I want you to stay. Because I know the type of success that you can have within this organization. I see thousands of people every day within our organization that are extremely successful at all levels. All right. Follow me. Follow what we do. That's really the key to success. Find a mentor. Do what they're doing. If they have something that you don't have, why not do what they say to do? Right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap that up because if you've watched me before, you know that I can talk. So what I would like to do is go ahead and close this out again. Make sure you follow us online. Go ahead and leave a comment if you're watching on the YouTube channel, please. And I'll see you next week. So take care, everybody.